Alright, what's up guys? T-Rez Fitness here. If you don't know who I am, you better check out my road to six-pack. Alright, so aside from the Road to Six-Pack series, I want to talk about something that I feel that I need to review because I've been giving out this advice for a lot of people and it's working, but now I'm trying out a different method and it's also working. So both sides has their beneficial parts, but also some of the negative aspects of doing that. So I think that it's good for me to let you guys know, because if you're in the same situation as me, that would be a real good time to figure out what you should be doing. As you guys already know, I'm eating carbs again. I was on a no-carb diet like 2 weeks ago, and even then I did cardio every day because I was getting desperate to see results. So I wanted to do anything in my power to get there. So that's what this video is going to be about: carbs or no carbs when doing your weight loss. Let's get this started. So this is how I'm thinking, right? Carbs is your main source of energy to keep you going throughout the day. If you get a little bit of excessive carbs or just overall calories, that's going to be stored as fat. So the idea with doing the no carbs diet was that I'm removing the main source of energy, so my body's gonna be running on protein. And with doing that, I don't have to be afraid of eating too much protein because my body's still gonna be needing protein in order to rebuild the muscle. And if I get excessive amounts of protein, well, that's gonna be used as energy. And it will be really hard to get, you know, that amount of protein where my body's gonna be using it as energy to keep me through the day, where it's gonna be stored as fat if I get too much of. The other thing is that your body's gonna seem more full when you're eating carbs, which means you'll look more buff most probably, but you're also gonna feel more bloated. So when you're getting close to your goal and you just feel that, you know, it's not showing as much, you can cut down on the carbs to get your abs, to get rid of the water, and that way you look more lean. You guys know the first week of Road to Six-Pack when I dropped 3-4 kilos in a matter of 7 days, that wasn't fat, that was mostly water weight because I just reduced my calories. My body wasn't getting as much carbs as it used to get, and that way, you know, I lost a lot of water weight. So those are two things that are really good when you cut down on the carbs. Now, there are negative impacts of this. Because you're getting rid of your number one source of energy, you're gonna be really exhausted, and it's gonna affect your strength in the gym. Now, after 2 weeks of doing the no carbs diet, I dropped my strength. So this is how I measure my strength. I used to be able to do 80 kilos on a bench press, barbell bench press, 8 reps for 3 sets. And when I did this, after 2 weeks, I could barely do 70 kilos for 8 reps for 3 sets, and that's a lot of strength that you're losing over such a short period of time. And when I got to the gym, I was just, I didn't have any motivation whatsoever, and that's why I haven't been doing these videos, because I go to the gym and I just try, I'm not performing in the gym. I just wanna get over with it. I just wanna finish it up so I can go home and rest and do whatever. And that's not a good thing, because if I'm not performing in the gym, essentially I'm not gonna get the most optimal results. My goal is, after this bulk, I got fat, I added on a lot of weight, and with that I most probably added on a little bit of muscle mass. And with doing this cut, I don't want to look worse or as good as I did last cut. I want to look better. So for this time, I'm doing something different. I don't want to be breaking down my muscle, and that's what I noticed. I just felt much weaker. I didn't have any energy to keep going through the same kind of workouts that I used to do. So, and I didn't have the energy, and it essentially is affecting you guys because I don't want to make any, I just didn't have that energy. When I know I'm gonna perform, I'm proud of filming myself because I know that it's gonna be inspirational. But it's not gonna be inspirational if I'm in the gym and I'm barely capable of doing what I want to do. So after purchasing coaching from Chris Jones, he made some arrangements to my diet plan, my workout plan, and cardio plan, of course. But in there, as you already know if you see my last episode, he increased my carb intake. Now, I was a little bit afraid because of how it would affect my weight loss, but I can tell you guys right now that I'm still losing some quality weight. And the reason why I'm saying quality weight is because of this. So it was 4 months ago when I posted that clip when I was sort of depressed or whatever, 17th of May, and I was like, I'm not where I want to be. Well, 2 weeks after introducing carbs, my strength has gone right back where it was. A week ago, or a couple of days ago on my chest day, I was able to bench 80 kilos for 9 reps. So my strength has gone back. With that, I've got more energy, and it just feels good to be back in the gym with that kind of energy. And if you know what you're doing, this isn't harmful. It isn't harmful to eat carbs. You're supposed to be eating carbs. That's something that's just normal for a human body, that your body requires carbs. So by cutting it out, you're just doing everything in your power to get some kind of result. Now, because I've done this before, I don't actually have the same kind of drive that I did last cut. Last cut, I didn't eat any carbs. I was eating way below my daily caloric intake, which I have now. Let me just turn off this shit. And it's just not the, you know, I don't have the same drive, because that was the first time I ever got to see my abs, and I was willing to do everything. I didn't care about being tired. I didn't care about losing muscle mass. I didn't care about anything. Anybody who would say something negative, I just cut them right out of my life. Just because, you know, I don't want to hear that stuff. I was so determined on that goal. Well, for this time, there are other factors that I have to juggle with. For example, I don't want to be looking exactly the same. That would be a waste of time. And I want it to be sustainable. You see, the longer I lose the weight, the longer it takes, the more adapted into this new lifestyle I'll be getting, and I will be less likely to gain all of the weight again. So there is also something beneficial in being a little bit of patient so that you don't rush yourself through. Now, I'm not saying that you should jump on eating a lot of carbs. I'm just saying that patience is also a good thing to have when you're doing this. But if you have never done this before and you want fast results, that's the only thing that's gonna keep you going, and you have never done this before, so you can't trust the process the same way I'm trusting the process right now. Fuck it, go on the no-carbs diet, reduce your caloric intake by that much. Do whatever it takes. I'm not stopping anybody from doing whatever it takes, because I remember I did that. And a lot of people said, you're starving yourself. Well, I don't care. I need to get there no matter what. That's what my mindset was. So right now, I don't have that same energy to do that. So I'm gonna be eating the carbs again. Now, the positive thing with this is I'm gonna see more full. So I'm gonna look more buff than I might actually be when I'm not eating any carbs. Plus, I'm gonna enjoy my meals a lot more. I'm gonna be able to feel full, and you know, it doesn't have to be such a torture to do this cutting. Now, let's just add in cardio into this and review that. When I did cardio every damn day, you know, my stamina increased. I'm jogging like nothing. Right now, I can jog like 2.5 kilometers in 7 minutes. That's a record for me. And when I get there, I'm not even tired. I'm running at such a speed. I'm thinking to myself, how am I able to do this? I can, you know, I have music in my ears. I can even rap while, you know, while I'm running. I can talk with people when I'm walking on the treadmill on a really high pace. I can talk when I'm running. So I just feel totally different when I'm running. It's like I'm lighter than I've ever been. It's just my lungs are breathing in a certain, it's a certain feel of freedom. You know how people say, you know, when I'm running, it feels like I'm free, and you totally cannot relate to that. You're like, no, it feels like I'm gonna run and I'm gonna puke and I'm gonna die. After like 3 steps, you tell yourself, what have I gotten myself into? I regret this decision eternally. I wanna return home and just stuff myself with ice cream and pizza. Well, that's how I felt as well. But after doing this, I noticed how fast the stamina is increased. So that's a really good feeling to be able to do that and just feel that, you know, it's not so harmful. In a way, it feels like my body is used for what it's supposed to be used for. And that's why I want to do the muscle ups. That's why I want to be able to, I want to just be feeling free with my body. I don't want to be limited. This is the machine that I'm using to get through in my entire life. This is something that I'm always going to have until the day I die. And I want it to be as functional as possible. So it's a certain feel of freedom. It's a good way to lose the weight and get that fat burn, you know, process right in if you add a lot of cardio, but it's also gonna break down your muscles. So with that said, you know, now that I've decreased my cardio and I've increased my calories, increased my carbs, it's gonna set my date a little further down the line. But I'm gonna keep going, keep publishing these videos, but the results gonna be coming up slower. But I don't know if you can see this. You know, I'm not gonna show you everything. I'm not gonna show you everything because I said I would reserve this part for later. But I'm definitely still leaner, although I'm not losing weight as fast. It's crazy. I'm losing less weight, but it seems like it's more quality weight now. It's mostly fat, and it's not everything else with it. So that's what I wanted to walk through, guys. I wanted you to have this in mind because a lot of you guys, one guy that I'm speaking to daily on Snapchat, shout out to Eric, who's bringing a lot of motivation to me. This guy snaps me every damn day when he's doing the cardio, and I'm like, dude, you're crazy. You're like a machine, and he's doing this. And I thought, you know, sure, you know, do that. You know, go for it. You have to get that experience in order to know what to work with. And you know, it's crazy motivational to see that, but at the same time, I know what this is gonna have as an effect on him later on, because you are gonna crash with that sort of intensity. Your body's gonna need to rest. But you have to experience that for yourself. So I'm reviewing this to you guys so you can get an understanding. If you trust the process, it's better to do it slowly on the long term, on your muscle mass, on your health, just overall. But if you want that fast result, man, fuck it, do whatever it takes, man. That's all I gotta say. And just out of this video, sorry, man, for not putting up videos as often. I just haven't had that motivation and creativity to come up with something to publish for you guys. I don't want it to be the same thing over and over and you'll get bored. So you know what, guys? As you guys help me with the motivation and everything, leave comments on what you want me to include in my videos. You want more of the diet? You want more of the gym? What is it? Also, I'm planning to do a Q&A video, but I want the right questions, and I want to spend time answering you guys' questions with like solid answers. It doesn't have to be fitness related. If you have such a question, send it to me over whatever social media or in the comment section and hashtag it Q&A, and I'll just save that and come up with a real good answer so you guys, and it could be anything, man. It could be fitness related, life related, just how I view things or whatever, man. Just if you're curious. If you're not, you know, don't ask me. I'm not one, I don't want to put out personal information out there, but you know, I think it will be fun for you guys to know a little bit more about me. If you're wondering, I'm allowing you to have this opportunity. All right, so thanks and peace. See you for the next video.